Hello.
Hey. Yeah,
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Yeah, the advent of code started last night, I guess. This is the first puzzle is unlocked today. So that's
All right.
fun. I always it's fun to just have the first few days are fun too because they're so simple and straightforward that it's just fun to get a daily sort of programming exercise. It helps with motivation, I find, to have something simple to do. But then then they get pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I looked at Advent of Code several years ago, but I haven't really looked at it since. Maybe I should look into it today since it's the first day of it. But is it how beginner is the content for
I think
Advent of Code? Or does it get increasingly
the
harder?
yeah, I would say I think if you just read the question on day one, you'll see that it's very intuitive, but then the issue would be how do you then write the code that does what you want? That would be the hard part. I guess you could call it
But is it
yeah.
is it simple enough problems that they would be solvable within an hour for somebody?
Yeah, I mean, you could solve it
a little bit of background. Yeah.
It's kind of, you gotta separate the hardness of the question with the difficulty of the programming, I guess, because the question on day one is literally just take these two lists of numbers and subtract them, and then it's just subtract a bunch of pairs of numbers and then add them all together, kind of.
Oh, okay. So it's it's pretty basic logic questions that you have to solve with code then.
Yeah, but then so the difficulty is the input is given to you as a text file. So in programming, it's read the text file into the program, and then you also have to sort the lists of numbers, and then once you have that, then it's then do the subtractions and the additions. But those are what I would say is where a newish programmer would get stuck is how do I get the input into my program, and what's the function that sorts numbers, and but then once you
I would say most of the code logic would be searchable on the internet. You could probably solve the whole thing just by searching it, but I would see as well somebody getting stumped on maybe trying to find the right compiler or something, just knowing what software to use and stuff like that to actually do it, or what they need to be programming in, because that's a pretty huge hurdle. I'd say if you don't even know what language you would need to be programming in to solve that, then how do you
making that decision. Yeah, basically. So then that's kind of fun though, because even that is a good reason to start getting familiar with the basics of what language do you like, and what are the basic functions
and,
to do different
languages
things.
Can accomplish what as well.
Yeah, and so that's a nice warm up, because then once you get familiar with those basics, then it's fun to it's fun how many doors that opens in terms of it's sort of now every file on your computer could be read into a program, and then you can sort of without realizing it, you now have this capability to do tons of different
you could automate your own tasks on your computer and stuff like that, just from pretty basic code. Yeah
And also a couple of my friends do this too, where we really get into setting up the most convenient environment in order to solve Advent of Code format. So for example, my environment, I type this one command into the terminal, and it automatically downloads the input file from the website and saves it to my computer, and then it creates a template file that's just the empty function that I'll eventually use for where I put my solution code. But then it watches the
I ran out of oxygen.
oh, so your guy died, or yeah. You like had so much resin, but you forgot to make the filters.
That's fine. Yeah, I guess all the resin's still in the backpack, so this is still a valid strategy. Yeah, I don't think we really lose anything for dying, eh?
No.
Just
If you had
can
like
collect
if you had good
backpack
equipment
back.
and you're underground, then it could be hard to retrieve. But in this case, yeah, when you're close to
Yeah.
the base, it's pretty easy. Yeah, so I type a command and I give it like the day number, and it downloads the input file and saves it to a directory, and it like sets up like a file for where I'm going to type my solution. But then also the program automatically like it watches that directory, so that if any file in the directory changes, it will automatically like rerun the new saved version of the program and like print the result to the terminal.
What button is it to like get things from one place to another quickly on the backpack?
I think it's F.
Do you remember?
If you're holding an item in your if you're
Okay.
levitating, yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, my character just died again because I was like sitting here wondering how to do this like fast.
I can escort you.
It's okay.
Yeah, we have to get this resin.
Grab my backpack, like.
Because our next thing is we need to go underground, so we need like to stock up some resin so that we can survive like the trip underground.
Yeah. Okay. You know, I'm just gonna keep running there and like collecting the resin until I die, so that we just have a bunch of backpack resin.
I could give you this. You can take this oxygen thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering if there's that little vault seeker radar. We need to figure out where that thing was. Maybe you still had it on your backpack.
Oh yeah. What is it? Is it carbon that lets us make oxygen?
Resin, the yellow resin will make the
resin.
oxygen.
Oh, I could have been. Damn it! I could have been making it that whole time. Okay.
All right, you're. Sometimes
Yeah,
if you leave,
if I set it to oxygen filters, then it'll just go there on its own too, I think.
Yeah, sometimes when you leave your backpack around too long, it like explodes, like the backpack disappears and then all the items like fly around.
Oh, okay.
So sometimes that makes it hard to like recover items exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, for our trip underground, you'll just want like a small generator and then like as much resin as possible.
Is the small generator something from one of the, like, I get that from my backpack printer?
Yeah, you can print it with a compound, the silver things. Different resource, but yeah. And then it takes plants, vegetation. But there's a couple around the base. Yeah, you can let me know when you're ready and we can go underground.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just heading back to the main thing now.
Yeah, I find in the early game I'm always running out of resin because I'm building so many like platforms and sometimes like soil canister and oxygen canister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's actually a hole in the ground near the base that it already goes down to the first like force field, which is now removed. And then in a second we have to look up like that surface, like the first thing we did where we interacted with that vault on the surface and we pivoted those little circles. That there's another one of those like rectangular like yellow vaults underground. You can use the...
Yeah, I'm gonna look for, I need to find compounds to make some of this stuff. But I found some right now, I think, so.
If you have an extra compound, I could make this little research chamber thing.
Yeah, I have some extra. I've just put it, yeah.
It's kind of cool how there's like a whole preparation phase. Like, it feels like going on an expedition because we're always like looking at our gear.
You said I probably need a small generator and a canister or something.
Yeah, canister is useful because you can build like bridges with it, or like flat. You can use your flat terrain tool to like build a bridge, and it costs like built up dirt to do that. Yeah, the small generator can be built with one compound from your backpack, and it sits on your shoulder.
Will that keep my oxygen filters like full? As long as it has organic.
I guess the thing is, you just want like a bunch of resin in your backpack, and then it costs like 3 power to print like oxygen filters. So eventually, you'll run out of power, and then you can't print any more filters.
Okay.
But for the depth we're going, I think if you have like 4 or 6 oxygen filters or 4 or 6 resin, then probably you'll last the whole time. You won't need to print more. But yeah, eventually the problem is you basically run out of power. Yeah, usually I carry like a generator with the vegetation in the generator, and then a spare like vegetation. And that way, like, once the generator burns through the thing.
I think I have too much spare vegetation, and I have like 4 or 5 vegetation. Like,
yeah, because you can, if you sort of control, like, the only thing is if you run the generator all the time, it'll run out of power. But if you just basically like wait until you run out of power and then just like run it as needed, then it lasts a pretty long time.
Yeah. Okay.
And then also, I guess I have this like scanner tool to find the next vault, and that thing uses power also.
Yeah.
Well, now we're ready. Whenever you're like sliding underground, it's possible that because we're doing multiplayer, like the ground will not load in time, so you may like clip through the world if you like slide too fast. That's the main danger. But yeah, we're basically ready to... I'll experiment with going down here, see how far it goes down.
Should I follow you? Do you think?
Yeah, you could follow. If you're sliding, yeah, like your guy will start sliding, and then you can just press like the back arrow. Yeah, it'll slow down.
Shift makes you like slide faster. It looks like it.
Yeah, we're just
like
it ended
flying.
there.
But
Okay.
I don't know if I have the upgraded gun to do like slanty slides.
Yeah, you always have it. If you take out your gun and you press C, it'll toggle between like dig, opposite dig, and then flat. And then flat will work if you have like dirt in your canister.
Right, but I think I needed the upgraded weapon to do that. I don't know. Because when I toggle between it... Oh wait, no, it does. It says, okay.
Yeah, one...
So it's like the flat... It's like the flattening one that does that?
Yeah, flattening is useful once you get it pointed at the right angle. Yeah, like usually I dig like this, and then once there's like sort of a slant going, then I use the flat. I use the flat.
Yeah, I just like barely didn't die there. Perfect.
Yeah, I forgot. Hopefully we encounter resin. So this next part's hard. You'll come out into this very open cavern, and it's easy to fall down. And also we won't have like enough soil. We'll have to like sort of build a partial bridge. But it's very likely that we're gonna like fall. As I was trying to like be like
at
very
the same
like...
time as doing it. I thought you were sliding at Damn it.
I was like, I definitely
okay.
like.
I'll
it's
have
like,
to collect a bunch of stuff then.
Did you survive the fall or no?
No.
Probably not. Yeah, the best way to survive is if you're falling in the air. if you like run towards like a wall, and then you start running into a wall, and you'll like fall down the wall as you're running into it, then you actually won't take any fall damage.
Okay.
But yeah, sometimes like if you're just in a huge open space, then there's nothing to really get to.
What does the canister do again?
The canister is like normally when you're digging, it's removing dirt, so that always works. But the other two ones are like add dirt, and then also flatten dirt. But you can actually like for example, as we build the bridge in mid-air, the dirt is coming like out of our canister and then going into the bridge. Basically, if you're not like removing dirt, then the dirt's coming from the canister until it's like empty. But the whole time you're digging, it will fill any like any canisters that are on you that are empty will fill as you dig.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get more resin up here. Oh, we already ran out of resin.
Yeah.
I guess we printed like this platform and stuff.
Yeah, maybe we could spend a little bit. I can play like longer today if you want to do that. But yeah, we could collect a bunch. Yeah, we could collect a bunch of resin and stuff like that.
Yeah, eventually we'll get like a soil centrifuge, which allows us to just use like soil canisters to print many different kinds of resource.
Yeah.
And that's pretty good because then then you just dig dirt, put it in the machine, and get like a bunch of resin, and you don't have to, because eventually you kind of run out of like the resin in the environment, and then basically you have to keep going farther and farther to get it.
Mm-hmm. I found some more compound too that I'll come back with.
Yeah, as we build more machines, it becomes possible to like do some of this stuff a bit better. Like if we had a tractor, we could drive around, pick up more resources at one time instead of like running back and forth. And the tractor provides like oxygen for free because it's a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully if we find some certain elements, we can get stuff like that. Yeah, the soil centrifuge is hacked still. It's like locked, which is kind of cool because it's pretty easy to like print one and then rely on it for all the resources except for metals. And then the game is like less fun when you just have like a free resource generator. But the fact that it's like blocked, like as of the DLC, you can't really get it until I think it's the next vault maybe that unlocks it once we go down and find the vault. So that's kind of fun. There's like a reward of a powerful machine for like getting the thing. I'll head back down and keep building the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how big the caverns are in this DLC. Yeah, I actually forgot, like, until we emerged in the cavern, like, that there's even going to be this big open part.
This is like the DLC planet that we're on, right?
Yeah. All right, well, the bridge now goes to the ground at least, if we can stay on it as we slide down.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Like, on the original planets, is there like a huge cavern like that too, before the core?
There's caverns, but I think... And they seem large, like at least on one of the planets in the original game, it's quite a large cavern, but after seeing the size, like this one's definitely like 4 or 5 times like as high as a fall in the cavern. And then there's there's more, there's like, we're only like a quarter of the way like into the planet too, once you get to the base floor of the cavern. So then I think when I go back to the original game, they're gonna seem like much smaller. I remember on the starting planet in the original game now, you like hit the cavern like immediately as soon as you dig underground. But in this one, there's like solid rock for quite a while before you even break through to the inner cavern. Oh, right, the ground is really hard now too, so we need... If we want to go deeper, once we hit like the floor of this cavern, we actually can't dig through the floor because it's too hard. But we don't need to because the thing we're looking for is on the floor of the cavern.
Yeah, I'm still just looking for more resin on the surface. I mean, I'm finding a lot of compound though.
Yeah, compound and resin are always useful. Right now we can't print so many machines until we like unlock more schematics. But then eventually, yeah, we'll have like more stuff that makes us more capable. It's very easy
I'll
to
just
get
keep
lost.
collecting like basic resources up here, yeah. Seems like we're probably gonna need.
If you're interested, you can come down and like see the vault. Otherwise,
Oh, is there
Yeah.
like a vault thing down there right now?
yeah, that's the next thing we have to do is like open the vault down here, and same thing as the surface, like get the little chip and then bring it back to our shelter.
Okay. So yeah, are you at the vault right now?
Yeah, if you slide down the whole
I just found
whatever.
resin actually, so yeah, I can.
Yeah, once you have that, you can come down. I found your backpack down here so I can steal the resin that you had. Yeah, sometimes the only way... Whoa. Almost fell down another hole. Sometimes the only way I can like find my way back, because once we build that bridge down here, once you start walking around, nothing marks like where the bridge starts on the cavern floor. So after walking around, you can sort of like lose track of where it is, and then you have no idea like how to get back up.
Yeah.
But sometimes it depends on draw distance, but if I look like up in the sky, I can see the bridge sort of like arcing through the air, and that's like the main way that I can find it again. Yeah, how have you been lately?
I've been doing okay, yeah. Yeah, I've been like a little bit busy. I've been like spending more time with like new people. So, and it feels like that's probably been pretty good for me.
Where do you meet the new people?
We play like games online and stuff, but we've gone on like haunted walk tours and stuff like that too. Like, I don't really like believe in ghosts or anything, but like the locations are really neat. Like I think I talked about it before.
Mm.
One of them was like a really old boat from like the Titanic era or something like that we like went on a tour of, and that was like it was like a ghost tour, but like they also explained the history of the boat because they're like,
Yeah, that's neat.
this is what there's ghosts, like these story of the people that died and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that like it's fun to imagine like like this magical world of ghosts and stuff. And
Yeah.
like that's basically like at some level it's like D&D, but people are just like too into it and they think it's real. But it's not really like it's not like it's more fun if it's yeah.
Yeah, like I think ghosts are like a pretty valid like coping mechanism for a lot of people, and like that's like where ghosts like the idea of ghosts come from. So like I think that's why it's also like from the perspective of like a non-ghost believer, like that's why it's also like pretty interesting to experience like people just even like sort of interacting with the idea of ghosts and stuff like that, like and thinking about how like I guess before we really knew what was going on and like people were convinced that ghosts were like a thing, like why that would have been the most logical conclusion for us and
Yeah.
stuff like that, like that's a really interesting concept to me. So I like exploring like I like speaking to people that like do believe in ghosts and stuff like that, like to hear their perspective and like why they think it's like a logical conclusion, because like I don't think it's necessarily like a dumb idea to believe in ghosts. It's just like it's not something that I believe in because of like what I have like experienced and learned, and like some people don't have that same experience, I think.
Yeah, without like the data that's been collected in that regard, it would be like almost impossible to like rule it out unless we know about like the laws of physics and the experiments that show like, you know, these communications and like the fact that like so much has been reported about the world and we've never seen like a conscious being that is like amaterial or
yeah, I think there's people that have like pretty strong like emotions too, like connected to like ancestors and heritage and stuff like that, and like they also have like they're coming at ghosts from like that perspective too. So it's like as much data that will exist. Like I think to some people like that, like it wouldn't be, even if they did have the knowledge, they might still decide to like believe in ghosts potentially.
Yeah, or maybe it's like hard for them to separate like an intuitive like feeling of bond with like their passed away ancestors or something with like the actual like the real existence of ghosts versus like
like I think some people have like a pretty like emotional identity attached to like their heritage or things like that. So it's like it can be like a I don't know what to even refer to it as. Like it's almost like they can't believe in, or they can't not believe in ghosts, or else it would be like self-disrespect or something like that. Like maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like they made a choice to believe in ghosts, but they don't take the step of like reminding themselves that it's a choice. They feel like like they make a choice, they think a certain way, and then they don't acknowledge that like it's their choice to think that way. They're like they'd rather sort of classify it as like a true thing. Like it's true.
I keep finding resin and then dying, so like I have made myself oxygen filters to go find resin. Oh, here, there's like some freaking right here.
Oh.
You know, I have to build.
Here's a you can use this oxygen temporarily.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll grab from a different place. Your guy keeps like going off to find like oxygen and then like not coming back. And it's like, I wonder if he found oxygen. It's been quite a while. He must have found a lot if he's been gone so long. Yeah, that's the thing about this game. Like, if you want to do it this way, where you're not bringing like anything other than temporary oxygen, then you sort of have like a time limit built into like everything, and so then you have to like rush, and then it becomes like easier to die, and then once you die, you enter the cycle again of like stocking up on equipment to go like. But yeah, I guess I'm pretty comfortable with like digging and running and underground here in this game, and so then I only need like a few oxygen canisters, and then I just run as fast as I can, and usually I'll find some more like on the way or something, and then after you've done that like once, then you basically have like the equipment to make it like much easier. We actually have like a shelter. We could bring a shelter with us, but it would only refill like our one oxygen bar. Then we'd just be like standing underground at this tinier shelter, like trying to find resin. That's funny. Like, I can see like your old bodies, and then I figure like you probably found resin. So if I go to your dead body, I'll find resin.
Okay, I think I have enough stuff now.
Yeah, I'll be on my way back in a second as well. Except for now, I bet the next thing is we're gonna fall off the bridge underground and die, and then like all of the resin is like now just there.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking like we could just stay here and collect resin for a bit, so that like if that does happen, we just have the chance to like we're basically just like building up a repository of like lives for ourselves to do that again. But I mean, we can also just do it this way too. I don't mind.
Yeah, that's the one thing in the DLC is they give you they're like very generous with the research points, because the blocking factor is that like a lot of our schematics are just like locked because of we have to unlock them by getting these vaults, and so then it's like once we unlock them we can print them, but so at least it's kind of fun to have so many research points and have the gating factor be like something else. Well, I'm ready to head down.
Yeah, I think I am too. Oh wait, just let me make oxygen filters first, because I...
Yeah, it's tricky to remember, like, once we make oxygen filters, it's like, okay, we're good to go, and then we stand away from the starting shelter, and it burns through all of them, and then...
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm ready.
Once we, when we make it to the vault, I'll deploy like a shelter so that we can, when we're solving the puzzle, we don't have to worry about oxygen. Yeah, I'm headed down now.
What? I just like died of fall damage in the tunnel. So I think my backpack might be like
kind of a glitch or something.
Yeah,
it'd be hard.
I think
so. There isn't even like a place to fall except for if the terrain didn't load. Then.
I think that's what's happening. Okay, I just like passed right through my backpack. I mean, if you make a thing down there though, like
if you slide down, you should be like fine to make it to slide down. Yeah, once you get to the cavern floor, we can run over to the vault. Probably.
I am having an issue with the
lag and stuff.
Yeah, the terrain not loading.
Oh, just run to the crystal or something, maybe.
Oh, you know what? I actually could have. There was actually a really good chance that I would have landed in like a hole that was in the ground. So like to keep sliding. Like, hold on. I'm just keep running directly down.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I just landed in all of my equipment, and it's giving me a chance to actually recover it. So I have oxygen now. I'll try to go down more slowly. I'm not really sure how though.
Yeah, if you hold like backwards, like once you're sliding, if you hold like S, then you can sort of control the speed by backwards and forwards.
Yeah. I can't even walk.
Yeah, going underground is definitely like the core challenge of the game. So I guess they've kind of made the difficulty like correct in that. Yeah, like again, like my strategy is like super like not reliable of like building these oxygen filters. Like basically we should be like putting tethers or like
I've done the tethers thing before.
Or if you do like a tractor. If you drive a tractor underground, like you can't die from fall damage if you fall in a tractor, so you can just like drive off a cliff in the tractor and fall down and you'll just live. Yeah.
I wonder when NASA got that update. The ground again. I made it pretty close to the bottom of the cavern there, though. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do without oxygen there now. It might be worth it for you just to, like, proc whatever it is on your own in the center of the planets. Like, I'll try going down here one more time, but I think we might just be wasting time with me.
Yeah, it's hard to say because some of the fun, like this is sort of the meat of the game. So it's like if it's I guess basically if it's fun, we should keep trying. But if it gets boring, then we can advance to the next like objective.
Okay, I'm on the ground actually. Like something it glitched out in my favor this time.
It's like Monopoly. It's like a glitch in your favor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess you need to know like which direction. I sort of built like a flat pathway on the floor of the cavern, like over to the vault.
Okay.
So I don't know if you see where it starts. I'm coming back though.
Yeah, I'm just building oxygen filters quickly.
Yeah, you'll just need a few because at the vault there's a a shelter that gives oxygen that I put there.
Mhm. Where do I?
So yeah, this
Where do
way.
we go?
Yeah, we just follow this gray.
Okay.
Yeah, whenever like this little radar on my shoulder, when I run it, it puts like a thing, like you can take, there's a way you can take out your compass.
Yeah.
And this little, when you run the radar, it puts like a locator on the compass. So usually I run the radar and I take out my compass, and then then you can easily like find these vaults. This vault's tricky too because like to solve the puzzle, you have to go kind of up to the level that it's on. So yeah, that little thing will fill your bar, but like the oxygen filters are always temporary, so they're not gonna refill. I'm sort of building like a walkway up here for helping us solve the thing. But also we might fall off of the walkway and die. So yeah, if you can activate the thing by
Do you want me to?
yeah, and then we start solving as we did before.
Okay.
Oh, you
What
can also,
buttons
I guess if you walk into this shelter, then if we die, we'll come out of here. That may be good or bad, I guess. Yeah, so same thing, all of them will, via some rotation, fit.
I think this might be the right piece, but I'm not sure how to rotate.
C,
Unless you
whenever
think
you're
it's the
holding
wrong
it.
one.
It could be, let's try here.
I think I have the one for this one, yeah. What buttons for rotate?
C and V.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
buttons
I got
also, I guess if you're ever putting anything in a platform, then C and V will.
Okay. Whoa.
Oh yeah, there we go. So it's funny
Thanks.
how you can move those houses.
Yeah.
So now we got this little thing. This crypto thing. You could carry it if you want. I guess there's a chance you would fall.
Yeah.
I could carry it in case if you fall off, then it will be hard to recover from our bodies.
Yeah, you should probably take that.
Yeah, I grabbed it. So now getting back up, I guess, is we just need oxygen. This thing, we can't like collapse it anymore, but I guess we can kind of carry it with us somewhat. Kind of. If you have like a packager, there's a certain, like if you find like graphite, you can make a packager and that will collapse this thing back down to a tiny size, and then it can go in a backpack. But it won't give oxygen when it's in a backpack. So it's kind of interesting how it's like a very stationary thing, but then it's kind of portable if you have like the right ingredients or something. See, there's like some resin around here, but we can't actually really dig it up very easily because the dirt is like too hard. If you try to drill into the non-gray, like this blue ground, like the drill just doesn't go. Oh yeah, here we are, place here. I'll see if I can just like continue to carry this thing all the way up. You can run ahead if you want. Do you want to go ahead of me?
Sure, yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I have, if you run out of oxygen, you can walk backwards and then you'll encounter me with this shelter thing. As if it wasn't hard enough to like walk on this tiny bridge, I'm now carrying like an entire house. Like
Where are we supposed to be going? Yeah.
Just back, yeah, straight up the pathway.
Like, are we going back up to the surface completely?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, once we get back up, like now that we have this thing from the vault, once we put it in our main base, it'll unlock more schematics, and it'll also tell us to go to the next like storm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the next challenge is sort of like, probably we'll build like a truck, well, a tractor or 2 tractors and some trailers, and then we'll fill the whole caravan up with like equipment that we might want, and then we drive across the planet's surface to get to the other storm to do the same thing, to get storm data.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty fun because like there's some really fascinating like terrain that they've built like across the world, sort of.
Yeah.
I guess it's worth continuing trying to carry this shelter. I can't run out of oxygen, at least when I'm carrying it. But now
we're
the
almost
tunnel,
at the top too, so
I need to like expand the tunnel as I walk so that the shelter has like enough room to fit.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually we can build the wide mod. We need like ceramic and zinc.
Yeah, that's probably what I was thinking about missing on my weapon.
It makes your drill really wide, but it also takes like 0.5 power as it's running. So then you really need like a generator. And if you're digging, like you'll run out of power as you dig because the drill mods will be taking power. So that actually adds like another layer of complexity, is like you're using all this power as you're digging and you have to run the generator, and then you're like sliding, generating power, digging. And yeah, there's like another cavern to go through.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're lucky, like I found like the infinite oxygen machine and like an infinite power machine. They only do like a small amount of power, but I found those luckily like just in wreckage the first time on the DLC. And then I had like a lot less to think about when I was doing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because to make, other than finding it, if you want to make one, you have to build like the hardest element in the game, which just takes a lot of time to like set up, basically. Yeah, I really like the flow of this game is very like impressive to me, like the way we have to like reason about stuff and plan stuff, and just like it's like several like status meters going down and different ways you can approach to like keeping them full.
Yeah, and then I like how advancing things, like it becomes easier to fulfill those like basic like the oxygen generation and stuff like that.
I'll just put this shelter like on top of our other shelter. It doesn't really stay there though. Yeah, so now I throw this little thing inside here. So then it gives us, it says storm delta. You need to collect 24 storm data instead of 16.
Mm-hmm.
We have these little like this thing holds 8 and it can sit on a trailer. So we need to fill 3 of these with like storm data. And a tractor can hold 3 trailers. Each trailer can hold 1 of these, and then one of these can go on the front. So we can bring a lot of equipment there, but then on the way back, most of our well, our backpacks and some of these things will be filled with storm data, unless we wanted to make like 2 trips. And then as we drive, actually this paver thing goes on the front of the tractor, and it will actually pave like a road. It's kind of hard to control, but it paves a road as you drive, as long as you have a bunch of soil canisters connected to it. And then that way you can, once you have the road, then you can make trips like easier. So basically the next thing we'll try to like get a tractor printed, and maybe we'll probably end up printing 2, which is, we just got to find like aluminum. If you want to see resources, you can press like escape, and then there's like escape, the rocket ship logo, and then click resources. Yeah, and then you could see like in the second tab, aluminum is from laterite. Laterite, we may find that just randomly on the surface.
We need aluminum right now?
Yeah, we need aluminum to make a tractor.
Okay.
And aluminum also makes the trailers.
Do I need like an upgraded drill or anything to gather aluminum? Or is it?
Yeah, you should. It's like blue, and you should find it like around on the surface of this planet. Yeah, as long as you can dig any surface dirt, you'll be able to dig for the most part.
Does it grow in like pillars? Oh, I see it. I think.
Yeah, it's like
maybe.
It's
Actually,
blue. It's a bit shiny.
Yeah,
it's blue, shiny, and it's like spherical.
Yeah.
It's like cylinder.
Oh, it's spherical. Okay.
Cylindrical. It's like cylindrical stacks of discs that are blue.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm wondering. We could also make. Yeah, we can make a buggy. It's debatable. Like, it kind of depends. Like, what's gonna be the easiest to like drive around.
Yeah, I feel like having vehicles is probably good though, because if we're going to be searching for resources, then that will like cut down on the time. Yeah.
I guess watch your oxygen level too. You could carry around. You could carry around the shelter if you want. It's kind of awkward to carry.
True. Yeah, but it's like unlimited
for the distance. Yeah, for short
or...
distance. Yeah, you just.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll come back to you.
It's on top of our shelter.
Wait, I think. Yeah.
So yeah, a good strategy for carrying it is like if you're standing in one place and you grab it, you can move it around pretty quickly. But you walk extremely slowly if you're like holding it. So if you basically just like grab it, throw it somewhere, like throw it far away. Yeah, grab it, throw it far away, and then release it, and then run to it, and then do that again. Then you can basically run most of the time. You alternate like running and like grabbing it and sliding it around.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some aluminum over where I am right now.
Okay. Do we need a lot of it or only a bit?
Maybe like a tractor takes 2, a buggy
like
takes 1, and a trailer takes 1.
Okay.
We might need like 6-ish, 6 or 8.
Do you think you're gonna find enough there, or should I keep looking for?
Yeah, I should find a pretty decent amount in order to get us like a lot of the stuff we want. Yeah. the ground where I am is really pink, so it's possible that like aluminum, like there's certain areas of the map that are kind of like purposely they look kind of like glitched out and stuff because of the DLC theme of like hacking.
Yeah.
And maybe I feel like maybe they put the aluminum like in this like glitched out area.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I had this little. I was just down in this little area. These little beacons are kind of useful.
Yeah.
I just like I throw them. Like I left some equipment down here, and also I mark like. It gets confusing though if there's a lot of them around on the map. Then there's all these icons and you forget what they mean.
Mm.
Well, then I'm gonna go smelt. One of the things that we get for free, as of like a couple missions ago, was like a portable smelter, which is just this. It like smelts one thing at a time.
Okay.
So we can already smelt stuff, but it's not too hard to print the smelter also, and then it can do like 4 at a time. Yeah, we have a soil centrifuge built, at which point our problem of like basic resources will be mostly solved.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm impressed by how fun like the thing of collecting resources, and then like we'll sort of see like we're gonna print like a whole tractor and trailers, and like we'll have this whole like from nowhere we have this whole caravan created and printed, and then we use it to like drive across the world and go on like an adventure sort of thing. It's cool to feel like we built all this stuff from nothing or something. It gives you that like illusion.
Hmm.
This thing generates power too. When if it's at our base, it generates like a small amount of power. We could always like plug it in when it's here to increase our power. Is your mic still working?
Sorry. Yeah, I was muted.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't say anything much, so I was agreeing with you, so. Alright, I guess can I use that house to unlock those, like,
Yes. There's
those
two
things that are around?
kinds. Those things either take like a. You either need to like leave it plugged in and they charge up for a while, then they unlock, or they have like a threshold where like you have to have like a certain amount of power. Yeah, like per second. Yeah, like it'll either never unlock because you'll see like the meter will fill and then go stationary, and then that means you need like more force going into it.
Like,
But
need any of those
I found two of them. I unlocked two of them already, and
I'll try looking for
Yeah.
some more because it sounds like a fun task right now.
yeah, they're worth like if you open them and there's like a big pod in there, they're worth like 3,000 research points over time as you put them. You just have to put them in the research chamber.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. I found one. does it have to be like a certain amount of energy going into the thing at a time, or like there's one I found that takes like
Right.
the outlet for the generator is like, oh wait,
Yeah, if it
no,
doesn't
yeah,
slowly charge, if it's not slowly charging, then you need like multiple generators because each generator produces like maybe 2 or 3 units, and you'll
yeah, like
need
does
like
it need a certain input
yeah,
at once, or does it
yeah.
slowly
If it's
charge
not,
them? Okay.
if the thing is not slowly going up, and also if the bar is like kind of segmented, then each bar is like 1 unit, and
Yeah, I'm just gonna find a capsule with a different like input
yeah.
or something.
If you have a compound though, if you print like 3 small generators, then that's usually enough
Okay.
to do these ones.
I'm just gonna take a quick break, but I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Hey. Yeah, I'm making more progress. Like, I printed the tractor and trailers and some of the like storage, little medium storage things that go on the trailers. I printed a buggy. Yeah, and then also it's kind of interesting. Like, we have to think about like when we get to the storm, we need to deploy that little Ruby thing, the real Ruby machine that collects the data, and then that thing goes on like a stand. So you kind of have to like remember to bring like the Ruby machine, the stand that it goes on, some power generation for it. If we found like the I guess we'll find resources like on the way, but if we find like these little packager things, then we can make things smaller and they're much easier to, they get easier to like store and drive around with.
Oh yeah, I guess the cars give you oxygen too, right?
Yeah. Also, we can print oxygen tanks now.
You have enough for yeah, okay, I'll come back to you then. Because I'm running around with this house. Oh yeah, I found one of the ones that actually takes the charge port of it. I encountered like 4 or 5 of the type that don't. So I'm like pretty excited. But now I don't know if it's going to generate enough power. Oh, I think I can see how it tells me.
Yeah, it starts going up.
I think I can probably create like small generators to do this. Oh wait, there's not enough. Can I attach my backpack to stuff? Or no?
I don't think so.
I guess not. I guess I need like a platform or something if I want to do that then.
Yeah, if you print small generators, you can chain generators. Like, one generator is plugged into the thing and then the others are plugged into the generators.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that tractor's huge. I thought you were just gonna have like one little car. But you've like made like a whole like expedition like vehicle.
Yeah, we need the storage like for stuff that we need, like the stuff we find along the way. It's useful to grab them, and bringing all the storm data back. We either need to make 2 trips or have enough to like carry it all at once. The generator on top for extra. Oh, here, you could put this on your terrain tool, this little thing here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But then you can turn them on and off too. Like, once you put it on, it just goes like on your actual gun. There's 3 slots on your gun.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll have to move it onto your gun. And then it'll turn on right away. And whenever you're digging, it uses like power, but you don't need it most of the time. Unless there's dirt that you can't dig through, then you can turn it on.
So I can toggle.
Yeah. So if you highlight it, Yeah, basically they just
But
make
like,
sure
does
it's
it take more
off.
power or something?
Yeah, every time you're using it, it'll drain your battery like as you use it. So we just don't need it unless there's terrain we can't dig. Then it'll let us dig some terrain. Sometimes you need even a more powerful one. And also, you could make oxygen tanks. I don't know how many you want, like 4 even. I might go with 3 because I like to have like more space in my backpack. Also zinc. If we can find zinc, that would be good. That can make the wide mod. And batteries.
What do we need for that?
Zinc is like sphalerite, I think.
Isn't it
And
like that's usually underground, isn't it? On the regular
in
planets?
the main game, yeah. I forget where it
Yeah.
is. I think we'll encounter it probably like on the way.
Like still under the surface, though. You think?
I think on the surface, yeah. I think I remember seeing it on the surface.
Oh, on the surface. Okay. What does it look like? Is it like
I think
one of
it's
those ones
purple.
that's
It's like purple, and like all these like little thin shards like shoot out in different directions, I think.
okay?
Kind of like resin, but purple, but not like noodles, but like glass shards or something.
Okay.
Actually, no, I think it's like purple spheres. Yeah,
Purple
it's like
spheres.
yeah,
That sounds
various,
familiar.
like, yeah.
I found aluminum here.
Yeah, we could bring some back. We maybe both want trailers. I guess one of us. It depends. I sort of foresee us like driving the buggy off a cliff. Basically, is what I don't think we can prevent that.
Well, there's a lot of aluminum here. Oops. Yeah, I like the soil centrifuge. I think it's like my favorite thing. Like my favorite machine
Yeah,
in the game.
the way
it's
it
cool
operates definitely looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this also another reason for the bringing the shelter places though is that we can use it to save, because then as we're running in and out of the storm, there's a high chance of death. But if you've entered the shelter like near the storm, then you'll walk back out of the shelter if you die. And that's like other than spawning here, and then you have to like run halfway across the world to get back to wherever we were.
How are you moving stuff like 6 pieces at a time and stuff?
That's just an effect of the soil centrifuge. Like when it's done, they will automatically.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
there's
thought that
certain
was
rules.
you that did that. And I
Yeah,
was
you can
like,
sort
what
of you can kind of take advantage of that stuff. Like certain platforms will like auto move from one thing to another. Like for example,
Yeah.
if you put Yeah, if you
Yeah, like if I put these here, then it'll go. Yeah.
Even if you put like all this aluminum on here, when
And
you
then
put,
it's attached.
it will automatically go in.
Cool.
But yeah, I wish there was like, I wish you could target like eight units of storage and say like move everything in my backpack like onto this like storage.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what it's just. It would be like a complicated control, but it's kind of what's missing in terms of like playing the game. Like sometimes a lot of the game is like moving stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I'm basically close to ready.
Okay, well, I'm back at the ship because I just died. So, I just hit one of those like weird plants. I kind of want to destroy those plants like at the earliest opportunity. I don't know if we even can though, to be honest.
Yeah, if you dig them out of the ground, they just explode.
Yeah. Oh, damn it. Oh, there we go. Oh, it has like seeds or something too.
Yeah, one of the
Maybe
seeds you can
planted.
get some research points, and yeah, you can actually plant the seeds. That's a whole system in the game that I really haven't explored, is like planting the seeds, growing stuff. There was a glitch for a while though where you could have like plants that are growing stuff, and then like automated arms that will bring the stuff that the plants produce directly into like a shredder, and then it creates a bunch of scrap, and then you can use all the scrap to like trade for any resource. And it was just that the yield was so high, like the plants would produce pretty rapidly, and then they would grind for a lot of scrap, and then it was. So at one point I had like a container filled with like 2,000 scrap, and I deleted that save, but it would basically mean you could just like kind of print any resource that you want. It's not really like a game-breaking thing. But one of the things they always say is that like if you have soil, you can kind of, at some point you can kind of print like anything if you have soil, and then the game becomes about like collecting soil. And so, but the devs like don't really want to make that super convenient to do, because then you could just, if you could like automatically collect soil, the whole game could be like automated. But that wouldn't even be so bad. Like if they just made it only possible in the late game, then it would kind of be fun. Yeah, I can't think of exactly what else we would want.
I'm having fun just like exploring the surface of the planet right now, I think. I'm trying to find more aluminum and like maybe zinc, yeah.
Yeah, I could
Did you
start.
find any zinc yet?
No, I never found any.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not super needed, but now we have these little wind turbine things, and they generate power. And it's nice if they can like fill batteries, because then you have more like consistent power instead of just like whenever there's wind only. Yeah, I guess I will start driving. I'll start driving and making a road in the direction of the next like storm.
I found Macalite as well.
Yeah, we can make little tiny solar panels with that. Or you can make a light for your backpack. Yeah, whenever you get back, there is like a buggy. You can drive this buggy if you want to start like following the road that I make.
Okay.
The road might not be super clear though, because it only, like whenever you add dirt, it'll be gray. But I don't add dirt if I'm just driving on the ground.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, the road will be kind of weird to follow, but maybe it'll make sense. Yeah, it's actually pretty crazy to drive. Like there's falling in a hole, hitting obstacles on the ground. And then there's like just the stuff on the ground makes it hard to see what is a collision object and what is not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible that like sphalerite might just be like farther away. Like they've purposely put it like a bit far away from the starting area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think probably it is like one bound further than we've gone.
Yeah.
That's what's fun about like driving the tractor around, is that like you find all this cool stuff. Like you'll find like space wreckage with rare items inside and rare resource.
Mm-hmm.
And you can like load as much as you can into your tractor and like bring it back, and then it feels like you're getting like kind of advanced stuff semi for free.
Yeah. Should I like refine the Macalite that I found?
Yeah, you can always there's actually kind of no use for that for several resources other than melting them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how you find like driving the buggy and following the road the road that I'm creating, because it's kind of already it's like pretty insane.
I'm drinking bubble tea, so if you hear noise, that's what it is.
Yeah, this is another part that I consider like visually very fun in the game, is like as we start to build this road across the land, there's some like sort of almost like terrain problems that we have to solve. Like some of the landscape is like very different, like very much more challenging to navigate than you would think. Like you'd sort of think that like it's basically flat, there's rolling hills, maybe some ditches or whatever, but like there's these massive like canyons and stuff that you have to like sort of reason about, like what's, you know, do we go down into the cavern, do we build a bridge? Then there's these like mountains that are very sharp and like steep, and and they're very like, we can't drill through them either, so you have to like angle your bridge so that you kind of like make it on top of the mountain, or else you sort of hit the side of the mountain. And it's just like, it's sort of like mind expanding, encountering some of the terrain and thinking like, oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking in that sort of dimension, other than like we've seen like the big cavern underground. But yeah, it's so fun to see some of the variation of terrain. And then also like when I'm paving the road, that also requires soil, so I have to like make these like stops to like refill all the soil containers.
Yeah.
It's just like a fun process of like managing, you know, like the amount of dirt that I have and stuff. And then looking at like, what is the like, where does the compass say to go? Oh yeah, and then the truck like runs out of power. I have to like run the generator. There's like all these things that need, like if everything's balanced, then it's like cool, I'm like building a road, it's very easy to travel, like making progress. Oh, I did find sphalerite over here. Yeah, I think it's a case that they just didn't place any near the starting shelter. Oh yeah, I found like this surfboard in my previous DLC thing as well, and that was like really cool. That made it so much easier to travel quickly on the surface. And the surfboard like fits in your backpack, so then it's like super portable and fast. I guess also you can always run, just like run along with the tractor as well. It's like easier to move. The buggy's pretty challenging, but you can get oxygen by just like running alongside the tractor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found 2 sphalerite. I don't know if I would bother building the wide mod or whether a battery is better. Do you want the wide mod? Sometimes it's easier to like collect a bunch of resources pretty fast.
Yeah, sure. Do you have one at the base?
Yeah, I just gotta like melt them down.
Okay. I'll come back to the base then.
Like, you better yell that. Are all over.
Yeah, you should be. You'll just have to watch it. There's 2 things you can make with it in your backpack. Like one is a battery and one is the wide mod.
Yeah.
So you just want to make sure you're not like selecting battery.
Oh yeah,
But you could choose.
wide mod.
I guess
the
wide
zinc?
mod is best one.
Do we have zinc already? I thought we were missing zinc.
Yeah, that's what we have here. I just found 2
Oh.
zinc.
Okay, thank you.
Wide mod also takes power, so you just want to leave it like shut off unless you're using it.
Yeah.
I'm about to run back to the tractor.
Okay. Are you like
You could
riding in the
decide-
tractor somewhere?
Yeah, I've been driving it slowly across the world. It's up to you if
Okay.
you wanted. I guess we both can't take the buggy. We could run there if you want.
So where?
If you have at least like 2 oxygen containers, then we could go to the tractor and then start driving further across the world, I guess.
Yeah.
That's
Is there a way to
interesting.
put a second seat in the tractor for me, or?
You could carry a seat with you, but it would take up like a storage space. So probably we wouldn't want to use like a whole storage space for a seat. Unless you do want
Like,
to.
can we
then
build a
can-
seat once we get there or something? Like, are we just running the tractor? I'm confused about it.
I guess it just depends. Like, yeah, you could run alongside the tractor, or you could take a seat. But the
Yeah,
seat,
I'll take a seat.
yeah, we'll bring the seat. Yeah, it doesn't really.
Okay.
It's not like super critical. Like it, at worst, we'll just have to make like an extra trip. But actually, with both of our
Yeah.
backpacks, actually, I guess the 8 units of storage that your backpack provides sort of makes up for the loss. Yeah, you walk slower. I always try to like.
Yeah,
See,
I'm
I'm,
trying to
like,
let go
running.
of it now, but I can't figure it out. There you go. I was trying to like help, but I just ended up like do 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 do.
It's like, are you sure you don't want me to like sprint with that? It's like, nah, I got it. It's like it's just
Yeah.
that we're running out of oxygen, and I thought we like go a bit fast.
Yeah.
See, here's an example of like the bridge that the tractor builds, or at least
Yeah.
the paver on the tractor. And then this terrain you can start to see is getting a bit crazy. This is not even like the craziest terrain.
Yeah, this is where I was finding the bakelite and the aluminum mostly.
Yeah, I think they put stuff.
It's like different,
resources to
yeah,
an area.
in a different terrain. Yeah. You kept walking across this like gray bridge, eh?
Yeah, I think you can see my icon probably in like the world.
It takes like a while for the bridge to load for me, even
Oh.
on the surface here right now, too. It's all right. It's just there's like a chance I
Yeah.
might fall.
Oh yeah, and then it's also hard to follow if you can't really see it until it loads.
Yeah, it's pretty okay though, because like I'm getting pretty good at collecting the basic resources and like coming back to be able to explore quickly now. So even if I do
That's
die,
good.
I feel like it would be.
There's just sometimes there's like rare stuff inside those things. So yeah, the seat. You can take a seat if you want on there.
Mm-hmm.
There's your seat if you want.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I'll move you to the back. I think also I have to whoever like gets on first is the driver.
Okay,
So it's
you can
possible
go.
that-
Yeah.
Yeah, I just need to like turn on the
Wait.
power. Yeah, there we go.
Cabin twos, yeah. This is pretty fun.
It's annoying though, like if we fall, like if the whole tractor falls somewhere, it's like it's so annoying to like spend the time
Yeah.
to like dig it back out again. Yeah, this is the new strategy that I learned is that not only does this thing build a bridge, but as you drive, if you just like kind of build a bridge into the ground, it doesn't cost any soil because it's not like adding soil, but it also destroys like all the
There's a
obstacles.
thing in the ground. Wait.
Just a big like research thing. We can't really.
I don't know what it is. Yeah. Like, do you see that stuff?
Yeah, this thing is like a. You put it in the research chamber. Oh, that might be something cool.
Yeah, this is like.
Oh, that's the
stuff.
best resource in the game that we just found there, or that you found.
Whoa. Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'll let you grab it because I am worse at that.
Yeah. We don't have like anything unlocked that we can use it for, but once we get the final unlock, then this nanocarbon alloy.
Oh wait, we can't like move it or.
Yeah.
Oh,
it seems like
one of the
shell-
alloys is the best. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember getting to that point on the regular planets, like where one of those resources is kind of only findable that way or something, isn't it?
In the base game, no, you can make everything.
You can make it too. Okay. I just remember like
Yeah.
finding at some point like going around and trying to find those capsule looking things was like pretty productive at one point.
Yeah, if you need like research points, it's pretty good.
Whoa, this is a weird tree.
We get like sidetracked by the.
I guess I kind of ran away from the tractor.
Yeah, I'm just sorting out like what resource should we bring.
Okay. I have some spots on my backpack too, so if you want to put resources, extra resources, we find like we can prioritize spots on my backpack.
Yeah, mostly if we don't need stuff right away, I just leave it with like a beacon like marked somewhere.
Okay.
I usually try to like leave it in a platform so that it doesn't like glitch out of existence or something, which usually doesn't happen. But if I don't have a platform, then I'll just leave it randomly. Here's another thing.
It's usually stuff inside these, I think.
Yeah. A lot of the like the rare gases. There's like tungsten carbide, diamond. Diamond actually doesn't have a use other than in the main game to like power one of the planets.
Right.
Yeah, we could either try if we have like quartz.
So I have like
there's some
some
quartz.
organic spots on my backpack that I'm just gonna drop, and then Like this stuff.
Yeah, dropping organic. And then you could also leave piles of stuff, and we can mark them with like a beacon. Since this is like our road, we'll end up passing it like in the future.
Uh,
I'm just running to get more beacons. Yeah, it's funny. That's actually an issue, is like how quickly we find cool stuff when we travel, because then it's like it's almost like a burden of like we want to bring it all back, but we can't fit it everything, and you have to start like leaving stuff behind, and that feels bad.
mm-hmm.
Okay, I guess I'll drive again.
Okay. So, like, does the car have like a vacuum that sucks up the organic material or something that's near us? Like,
It seems like some of the organic stuff gets broken. Like basically, I'm sort of building a bridge like in the ground, and the addition of the material,
and it's like
it'll crack like trees and.
Okay, wait, what's this thing then?
But it doesn't soak up soil. Those things, you need to blow them up with a dynamite, and then inside is like a rare. Oh yeah, the chip. That's what you're talking about. There's chips inside of those things that you cannot produce. You have to find them only. You have to find those things and blow them up. Yeah. I think soon we're approaching like the cool part of the world, this like canyon place.
Yeah.
We're gonna run it. We have to like load up on soil though, because it's up ahead. We'll have to build like a really long bridge.
Maybe we should just build another base like in this part of the planet.
Yeah, it ends up like after we do this storm, we go even further underground, and then we have to go to another storm that's on like the other side of the planet.
Should we build a base at each storm, maybe? I just feel like building a base feels like a checkpoint or something.
Yeah, then it depends, like, how do we define, like, a base?
I guess just a structure we can save in that has, like, research centers at it and stuff.
Yeah, a structure to save in. We have a little mini base, like, that we travel with.
Yeah, I suppose.
The shelter.
Yeah, I guess the car counts as, like, a base.
Yeah, because then there's always like an issue of like the.
But like, could we save? Yeah. Could we save though? I guess we would just build a house to save.
Yeah, if you just when you quit the game, your guy will save like where he's standing. And
so like you could just save in the car.
Yeah. Oh yeah, whenever you get in or out of a car, it saves actually. So that's one thing.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Then, yeah, when you quit the game and you rejoin, he'll walk out of like the shelter of the vehicle.
Yeah. Is any of that? What is that?
That's mostly garbage.
That's like.
Sometimes they're like
it's batteries or something, I think.
Yeah, maybe like it's either power extenders or a battery.
Yeah, power
but the
extenders.
whole platform and stuff is like you could shred that platform for scrap, but it doesn't actually work. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I guess we're not like moving so fast that your guy would get left behind if he like exits.
Yeah.
This high-speed tractor we've designed. Oh, we can see. I see a little bit of the storm on the horizon that we're traveling to.
Okay.
This black resource up here is graphite. and we use it to
Yeah, I
make
just
packager.
collected some of it back there too.
Yeah, you can make packagers, and if there's like a medium object, you can package it up and put it in the car. It's hard to follow the road back though now because we've taken a few turns and the road is not necessarily like visible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, if I'm not using the drill, the tractor goes faster, but then it doesn't actually make a road.
Can you wait for a moment, just because I'm running out of oxygen, but I have like some graphite, so
Yeah, can you make it to this?
you're just headed straight towards the storm, right?
Yeah, I'm now on the edge of a cavern. I need to collect some like soil at this point.
Oh no, I'm having trouble finding where you went.
Oh, I can see you. I guess the like the draw
Oh, I
distance.
see you.
Yeah.
No, I see you. So.
You
I
could
think I'll make
grab-
it.
There's an oxygen if you want.
Okay.
Unless it doesn't fit, then run.
It's a,
I would
Okay.
just run. Oh, there we go.
I got it. I got it. Yeah.
He's like
I knew I could
suffocating.
do that in
like-
time. Yeah.
Oh, I guess you don't have. Do you have any tanks on you?
No, I just ran out of them. So I'll put that one back on the thing.
Yeah, I was just gonna run back a bit and maybe put a marker so that I remember like where the road is.
I found tungsten here too.
Yeah, next I'm gonna fill a bunch of canisters with dirt so that we can build a bridge over the canyon that's coming up. Yeah, tungsten, that will let us start to build like the gas machine and the machine that like makes more complicated resource. We have the wide mod on us too, I guess. That lets me collect soil faster.
Oh, does the wide bind actually like dig and stuff faster too?
Just because it's wide, it digs at like the same speed, but it's wider, so then it pulls more soil faster.
Oh, there's like a battery here. Small battery.
Oh, that's
this
good.
is kind of useful.
Yeah, it's useful. Yeah, it'll charge with the turbine, and then we might not need like
And
a
it's
generator.
powered. Yeah. There's also solar panels here too, if we want.
Yeah, that one's too big, but we could package it to make it smaller. See, it takes like a.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah.
There is a smaller one here too, actually.
Well, we'll
a small
take.
solar panel.
Yeah, we could take both. See, like the big solar panel.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it has to sit on two.
Fixed it.
But the thing is, if you you can use this packager, see, that makes it like one unit. So now it's like in the box that it came in, and now it can like fit. But sometimes maybe we'll just leave like the bulky stuff with a marker.
I'm just gonna put resources like
We can
on
pile
here
some
as
stuff.
well.
Yeah, I need some
Huh?
spots to add like more soil.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like I can keep these rare resources on me then if we want instead.
Yeah, anything that we don't
Um,
need for like the upcoming storm data collection, we can just pile stuff like anywhere near. Like I left like a beacon here, so we should be able to find it.
Yeah. Oh, that's so much tungsten.
We don't even like use it for anything yet, and we're like, but it's so
It just looks really neat. Like I want to mine it. Look at the back at the cliff behind us, like to the left there. Like the tungsten is like.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh, it goes
Yeah,
all
it
the way
looks
down.
neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a giant bone rib cage down at the bottom of the
Oh yeah.
cavern.
I wonder if it's like researchable or something.
It looks really big.
It's-
It's like a sandworm rib cage. They just like watched the movie Dune, built that, and then like they're like, well, we can't rip off Dune, so we can't make any more. This is cool though. I like this part where we're like floating from top of a pillar to a top of a pillar.
Yeah.
And it feels like so much faster, like to go down there and back up or something, but to build this road that goes like straight across in one shot, it's very wide. I need
No
to
power.
Yeah, if there's no wind or whatever, then oh.
We just don't have the generator on, I think, maybe.
I think you're still counted
Right.
as the driver, but if you get out, you might
I think you I was like, just in time.
That's actually, I was watching like a
funny.
stream, like a guy was like, a guy was in the underground cavern, and he was, he knew he would shoot out of the thing, but he didn't, like he was a really skinny bridge, and he had like no, oh yeah, these things explode.
Oh,
So he basically was like sitting there, like as soon as I get out, I'm just gonna fall, and he like couldn't, like the game would not do any other angle. I'll refill these, I have to like eat the pillar that we're standing on to like get more dirt to be able to Yeah, the wide mod is such a good tool because it just it's faster at collecting resources too. Like you can mine stuff. It just like soaks up like so many resources so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you may have to jump out again so I can do the driving.
Okay.
Yeah, this will be interesting now. This bridge is gonna take us like over to the storm.
Mm-hmm.
And that cliff face I think is like pretty hard rock. So you can't really like mine it. So then it's nice to have a bridge that goes just like up above.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that I would get out again.
Do I have to get out again?
Yeah, I think so. It's so funny how we have to have this like little strategy of like getting in and out. It's like not what the devs would have intended for the challenge to be, but it's just like getting in and out of vehicles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this now, we want to find like one of these storm data points that's like on the edge of the thing. but then also we want like a nice flat way of like running into and out of the storm. So this part takes like some like back and forth where we got to figure out like what's the best angle of approach.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we can sort of build like, I guess this is where we can build like a little flat area. And then this thing, I guess this is considered like a temporary shelter base. If you jump into this like shelter base, then we'll have saved.
Okay.
And then your guy will walk. Then he'll always walk out of this like field unit if we die. And once you enter the storm, you'll get hacked like pretty quickly at like the faster rate. So then we just need to like run in, run out. I'll just be building some like platforms inside the storm.
I'm just taking a video of what the car, riding in the car looks like from my perspective so I can show it to you in the thing. Yeah, I put it in like the Discord chat. They're just like a little cargo man, like.
Like, oh, you guys brought an extra man in your trunk.
Yeah. I wonder if there's like a good place to put the extra resources that I have. I kind of wish there was like a storage option in these houses that we can spawn or something.
Yeah.
I guess I could just drop them in the ground here, and we can figure out what to do with them later. I don't know. Oh, I guess that's not the ground. Yeah. I was thinking about trying to make a little pit or something.
Yeah, that works. Or like, yeah, I guess we don't have so many.
Yeah, I just have like 5 things, like of tungsten and like carbonite or whatever that I kind of want to keep.
We could find like compound and get like a printer and stuff. Then we would have like more of a base that we could print some items. Yeah, I'm trying to line up like, trying to figure out what's the best storm point.
Where you can take this oxygen tank?
No, I don't. I have 2 on me right now.
Okay, I'll take one then.
Yeah, since we're running in and out, we don't really need like a long amount of oxygen. But it's good for safety. It's good to have more.
Yeah.
So now I guess we'll need to put together some generator. Yeah, I'm just like gonna drop down the platforms that hold like the storm data collector. And then watch, you get hacked pretty fast inside here. So like I can only like, drop like 1 platform, then you gotta run out.
Well, it's sweet that we can slide out pretty quick though.
Yeah, if you pick like a storm data point that's right on the edge, then it's pretty good.
Do you want to put organic in there?
Ooh, I got hacked.
You do.
Yeah, we'll need some organic and then 2 more compound to make like 2 more generators. We could use the wind turbine, but it's not like very consistent. Yeah, I see some compound down there.
It's funny, like, I guess it's gonna be Christmas soon, but, like, I haven't been to any, like, malls or anything. So, like, it just doesn't... It's, like, something that I forget is going on, like, every once in a while, whereas, like, I feel like when I was little, I was, like, at malls and stuff so often that, like, I was so excited for it to be Christmas, like...
Yeah, that's
just,
a good
like,
point.
24/7 during that month, like, yeah.
Now
But now it's like I forget it's coming.
For me, it's like Advent of Code. I think a lot about like Advent of Code, and then every day a puzzle comes out, so it's like something to do every day, and it's Christmas themed, so that ends up like.
Oh yeah, reminding you. Yeah,
reminding me. Yeah. Are you getting hacked?
Yeah. Well, well, I got my stuff out.
It's very nice that they actually gave us that like shelter. We didn't have to print that shelter. We just get it. We unlock it for like a mission. Yeah, the data collection point moved just down here. Yeah, now I need vegetation for those things. Yeah, now we're kind of ready to start pulling out like the storm data. I'll just pile a bunch of stuff.
I know when it's yeah, I know. I can't tell how to tell when it's ready.
Yeah, if you're hovering it, it'll get like a white outline whenever it's done.
I might go harvest resources like on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found ammonium here. Like right away. That's pretty good.
Yeah, ammonium. the main use is like rocket fuel. We don't unlock rockets until the end, but that would be actually a useful way to travel, because we could go into orbit and then take the rocket
Yeah.
over here. But it would be kind of skipping all the terrain, so it's kind of good they didn't include it.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you bring back like a small amount of storm data, like 7, you can get like level 2 storm protection, and that makes like collecting the remainder easier, I guess.
Mhm.
But it's, since we kind of just rely on the things on the edge here, it's kind of like just as easy to collect them all at once.
So how much do you say we always have enough storm data?
We have 8. We need like 2 more sets of, yeah, we need 24 total.
Oh, so we need like, okay. So we'll be here for like 3 times as much longer or something.
Yeah, I think about that.
Okay.
Yeah, we need 7 more, but the storm data collection point moved like quite far away. I think it'll come back eventually.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's probably easiest to like wait for a bit instead of trying to go to another place. I also need more vegetation.
I can get vegetation, like organic material.
Yeah, probably if we just have 6 or a bit less. We need like 3 at a time.
Okay.
Have you seen those plants that like shoot little red balls?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, if the balls like explode if they land near you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the data's back now. I guess a good ending point is like if we do get this data back to the base, then that would be a good ending point. Oh, is your guy have air?
I'm about to die, but I'll get the air. Yeah, I have air now. Yeah, I ended up not getting an area organic because I found rocket fuel and got distracted collecting that.
Yeah, we got all the things we need, I guess.
Okay. Is there a way to transport this stuff, or like, should we just leave it here?
Yeah, pretty much. We actually so basically we'll bring the storm data back, and when we put it in the machine, we get like the crypto key that we have to bring to the center of this storm.
Okay.
But once we once we activate like the center of this storm, we'll be able to teleport between like the storm that's close to our base and this one.
Okay, so yeah.
So that's
unlocks
probably the
those.
easiest. Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have these resources here then that are technically close to our base because we can teleport to them. Yeah. Okay.
I guess you may have to carry like 8 of these in your backpack because we'll need.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I guess actually we don't exactly need that. I was thinking we needed like soil to build a bridge, but probably not because we already have like the road that we can drive on. Oh, so I guess we can take 8 things with us then.
Yeah. I have like 2 more spots. Like I can put these in my backpack and stuff, and then we can take more stuff with us. Like whatever you, because then here, yeah, that way you can prioritize what we should be. Okay.
Doesn't really, yeah, we don't really need like to bring back anything specifically.
Yeah, it's just whatever you think is the most useful, because you would know better than me, I think.
I'll just bring kind of like an assortment of stuff. Yeah, I think that's what I would bring.
Okay.
I don't know if we should bring the shelter or not. I guess it's fine to leave it here for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, here I go then.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, we might fall off the edge too.
Yeah, I'm kind of printing a road, but hopefully it...
No.
Oh yeah, the trailers.
No. Oh yeah, I forgot you don't take fall damage. I should have stayed in the car. I got it. Okay,
Oh
wait
yeah,
a minute.
this isn't so bad, I guess.
Yeah, so if you stay there, I can make it down to you, yeah.
There's like an enemy plant somewhere shooting at us. Oh, there we go.
I'm just like sliding over the wall. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just... Whoa. Oh, I got stabbed by a plant.
Yeah.
Good thing we didn't take the shelter because we like immediately died.
Yeah.
Okay, if we have, I guess we've got all our data still
Mm.
then. It's so funny how kind of like precarious, like
Yeah.
all this valuable stuff on this tiny little like bridge. And like it's like loading into existence as we drive. This is a cool moment though where like we got all the stuff we wanted plus extra cool stuff, and then we're just like delivering it all back at once,
Yeah.
and then we sort of like succeed the mission.
Yeah, like that it that it like ultimately unlocks another checkpoint. Like the teleporter feels that way. Yeah.
Yeah, it won't be automatic. We have to make one more run because once we feed in the storm data, it gives us like that little triangle thing that we have to put. So then we have to like manually go back there to like go into the center of the storm, put the thing in, power up the generators. Then it'll unlock the check. Well, and actually then you have to do that thing where you take those little rotating pieces and like rotate them into place. And that's, you have to like watch the oxygen level, and I found out that like they don't always appear like in an easy to find spot. Like they could be anywhere on the surface of the gateway. You have to find these little like triangle holes that the things fit into. So it's actually kind of like unexpectedly like annoying to like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a second. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Yeah, you can feed your storm data into, just put it anywhere on the shelter and it'll go into the
Okay.
thing.
Okay, it should be all of it.
Yeah, that's everything.
On my
So
backpack, anyway. Yeah.
we got the thing. The little gateway thing.
You need the soil in this thing?
Yeah, you need to put 2 soil canisters onto it that are full.
Do we have that on, or were we?
1.5 is enough.
Okay.
Is there a thing you want to make?
No, I was just wondering, like,
Yeah, and then based on, if you do 2 soil canisters, it will be full, and it will make like 1 batch. Otherwise, it'll make like a partial batch.
yeah, okay.
It makes everything except for like any of the metals, basically. So I don't know, I could drive back and, oh yeah, I guess, yeah, putting in the key is not like super simple. We could build a second buggy and then we could both drive.
Yeah.
That'll be kind of crazy though. I feel like for sure we'll fall, one of us will fall off a cliff.
Yeah.
But it's probably worth it still. Oh yeah, we might need some compound.
You need me to find compound, actually?
I'll just print it on the centrifuge.
Okay. I have like 2 here. I don't know how much we need.
Yeah, 2 is enough to make a seat.
Okay, here. Oh, it's just like going all over.
Yeah, I get it.
Sorry. I expected it to drop right in front of me for some reason. I guess it's because I'm used to playing games where like dragging and dropping something from your inventory. I'm playing like World of Warcraft right now. And like when you drag and drop something, it just drops it completely like from your character, so
Yeah. It's interesting
not
that
expecting
our brains are even able to like switch from game to game is interesting.
yeah.
'Cause, yeah, definitely
That's
I
like
feel
your
like
capability.
yeah.
Like yeah.
Yeah, with only like a minor mistakes, our brains kind of like adapt.
Yeah, it's like mechanics that are like similar are like become confusing almost because of like yeah. It's like you forget. It's like you remember the steps of both mechanics for both games, but you confuse which ones you should be using for which games.
Okay, well now we have 2 cars. Depends, I guess we can enter and exit this main base shelter to save.
Okay.
And then pretty much we can just drive to the
Yeah.
yeah, there's not much to bring, I don't think.
Okay. I'm just collecting random stuff anyway. I have quartz now. For no reason.
I guess we can print more oxygen container if we want. Then
Do
we have
those take
even
glass or quartz?
glass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna use 4 total, and that should be enough if I'm like away from my vehicle for too long. I guess we also want soil canister.
Why isn't anything being like powered right now?
I don't think we have enough power.
Oh, maybe because the sun's down if we're using solar.
Yeah, we got wind turbines. There's solar, wind turbine. We don't really have any like batteries.
Yeah.
We may
Well,
have
we have that small
disconnected.
battery on the car now.
Yeah, you can take the car with the battery. The battery should be enough, plus the wind turbine to like prevent it from running out.
Okay, sweet.
The cars, I bet,
Wait,
are just gonna
how do I
make
make how do I make oxygen tanks? Is that from my
print
small
in
backpack?
inside your
or-
backpack. Yeah, in your backpack with glass.
Oh yeah, oxygen tank. Oh yeah, and then I need glass. Oh yeah, I was gonna wait for more glass maybe. But we might need to wait for day.
Right. Oh yeah, I took the generators away. Oh, there we go. We got wind now.
Okay.
I'll just run to the washroom.
Okay.
It depends how you're feeling, but we could end now, or we could go power the gateway chamber.
Yeah, we could end now if you want to. Because I feel like going and powering the chamber would be a pretty good spot to pick up at as well, like next time.
Yeah. Yeah, we can. Yeah, let's end now then, and we can do this chamber powering the next time.
Okay. I wonder if there's a way for me to like character save or something. I don't think so though.
No, basically when you exit, it will save, and then
Yeah.
whatever shelter you went in last time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, character saving is interesting because I guess the character is attached to the game. That must be the case.
Yeah. I think so.
That's interesting though. Yeah, it'd be like my save file has data for your character, but then when you join from your computer, how does it like know that
Yeah.
it's your character? Yeah, it's weird. Like Steam name or something.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll talk to you probably next weekend then.
Yeah, I'll see you then.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.